Today I want to show you, it's really exciting. I was looking at my white sapote tree and I saw some little fruit and little flowers. Mangoes are getting little fruit and little flowers. Bananas are starting to pop out. A lot of cool stuff. So I wanted to show you that today. I have 5 white sapote trees. This is a summer fruit, but it's getting flowers right now. Duncan branches starting to get a good amount of flowers. Look at all these Mamey flowers. I've never seen so many flowers on a tree. It's absolutely loaded with flowers. So there's a fruit that's already forming. This one's called Redlands white sapote. And look at this. Pomegranate tree. Check that beautiful flower out. Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees. Today I have another video for you. It is December 31st. I like to say the date so when I go back and look at these videos, I know what to expect during this time of season. And that's what this video is about. This video is about what fruit is in season, but even more important, because I just did a video about that, is it's the beginning of fruit trees that are starting to show little tiny fruits. And I want to show you how that looks because it's really exciting and pretty cool. We're still 3 or 4 months away from mango season, where we can literally get a mango in our hands and eat it. But there's still some pretty cool things to show you. So this is my soursop, and soursop is just coming to the end of the season now. I have about maybe 3 or 4 left here on the tree. It's been a wonderful season for soursop. I have several trees. This is the only one that's giving me fruit right now. I've been to some other places that have some fruit in their trees. This is wonderful. This is a soursop. Some of my other soursop trees have flowers on them. They've never produced fruit, but they do got flowers for the first time, so that's pretty cool. Well, today I want to show you, it's really exciting. I was looking at my white sapote tree, and I saw some little fruit and little flowers. Mangoes are getting little fruit and little flowers. Bananas are starting to pop out. A lot of cool stuff. So I wanted to show you that today. So here we go. Okay, everybody, here is my white sapote tree. This is one of the ones I have. I have 5 white sapote trees. This is the biggest one and one of 2 that are giving me fruit. This one I planted about 8 years ago, and it's been giving me fruit for about 4 years now. I planted it. It was a pretty big tree, a 15-gallon. I don't know the exact variety of this one, so I'm not sure, but I did plant it. It is a grafted tree, and it is December 31st right now. And look at that. This is a summer fruit, but it's getting flowers right now. So these are little fruits. They're not even flowers. These are fruits, I guess. I mean, I don't know. They look like they're the flowers. So those were flowers that are about to open up. So there are some flowers. And yeah, this tree is really starting to take off, and every year this tree is loaded. And here's some more flowers. There's some more. Now this is interesting because this whole branch doesn't have anything on it except these little flowers are coming out. So as we look in the tree's just loaded every day. It has more and more flowers. Looking forward to a nice year with white sapote. White sapote doesn't ship well in the mail, so you won't be able to buy it in many places. But some places, specialty places, like Laura Farms Miami, they probably have them and it can ship them, pick them at the right time. So here is a jackfruit seedling next to the white sapote tree that I planted a while ago. And I don't see anything yet. This tree is getting really tall. I'm going to have to cut it because of the wires up there. But I'm looking out for the first year of flowers. Now, this was a seedling from a tree called a Boca Champadoc. And the leaves are really round. And it was interesting, my Boca Champadoc story. But these seeds came from a fruit that was easy peel and tasted delicious. I got Boca Champadoc off my main tree this year that weren't Boca Champadoc, so I had to cut them back. Okay, next to my white sapote, I have this tree. It's a Virlinia tree. It's never given me fruit. I've had flowers on it a good amount of time, but this is not the best time because it's winter time and the leaves actually fall off the Annona trees. The soursop trees will lose its leaves. Custard apple will lose its leaves. And the Virlinia, no flowers on here right now, but we expect some flowers in the spring and hopefully we expect some fruit eventually. We haven't gotten fruit on that one yet. So mangoes, this is a really interesting mango season because I did a video about a month ago. Some trees already have mangoes on them really early this year. But this is one of my trees here. This is a combination of a Sunrise and a Duncan. But I see my Duncan branches starting to get a good amount of flowers. So that is mangoes, and I'll take a look at a couple of other mangoes. And it's interesting because this is a lemon meringue, which is an early mango, and it's not on there at the moment. So for this video, I wanted to take you around and show you what's growing flowers at this time of year. And we're going to discover as we go. We're coming to the end of avocado season as well. Okay, so here's another tree that's loaded with flowers. This is Mamey. Look at all these Mamey flowers. So many, and they grow right out of the tree branch. This is a amazing, beautiful tree, but look how beautiful that is. All right, so this is Lorita Mamey. And so here's a Mamey that may come to fruit later this year. And all these flowers aren't for this year. These are next year's flowers. But look. I've never seen so many flowers on a tree. It's absolutely loaded with flowers. Loaded. So behind this, in my neighbor's yard, he has his canasteel tree, which is giving fruit right now. It's not a fruit I really like, but fruit's coming off of it now. Some of it's actually fallen on the floor on my side. But that's a nice winter fruit. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing. So beautiful. Okay. Now, here's the prized possession of my yard. This is the most amazing fruit. This is a China jackfruit. For the last 2 years, I've been getting fruit off of this. And it's starting to flower. So with jackfruit, you get, here's a flower opening or starting to. But in jackfruit, you get male and female flowers. The male ones eventually fall off, but the female flowers stay on. And there's a fruit actually forming. So let me move all this out of the way and show you that. So there's a fruit that's already forming. That is a female, not a male, because the male would have fell off. And these fruits don't get big. But that's probably a male flower. That one. But this is having a good amount of flowers, so it's exciting. It's very exciting. I got about 7 fruit off this tree last year. It was the second year it gave me fruit. And, you know, I guess we had a lot of rain last year. It didn't taste as good as the year before. But still, it was delicious. Easy peel, China jackfruit. Really amazing fruit. So, let's look at some of my other white sapotes while we're here. This one is a Homestead white sapote. And I found some caterpillars eating some of the leaves, which I took care of yesterday. But I don't see any flowers on this one yet. This one is a transplant from my other yard. Trying to find a nice spot, but that's a Homestead. white sapote. Okay, this is my other Mamey tree that's looking amazing. This is a plantain, also known as a Key West, loaded with flowers as well. Look, loaded. And the fruit on here has been amazing. And I did just recently cut this tree back. So there's different seasons for Mamey. There's one variety of Vallejo that comes now, it ripens. But mostly it's in the summertime when you get fruit off of Mamey. So that's Mamey. Here's my other white sapote that I got a few fruit off last year, and I was very impressed with it. I liked it a lot. This is Subel white sapote. I did cut the tree back last year. The tree growing nice and beautiful spot. Everything's growing nice on here. I haven't seen fruit yet setting or flowers setting or anything on this tree. And I got these posts here because this tree was not too solid in the ground and it was shaking. So much so I wasn't sure if it was going to last, but it's solid now. It's looking great, but I don't see any flowers on this white sapote yet. But I expect them. I really like this white sapote as well. This is a Subel white sapote. So another thing in season now is sapote. It's a winter fruit. There's my Annonas sapote. And while we're here, this tree is loaded right now. This is a jujube tree. They're not exactly ready yet. That one might be ready. But any day now, these are going to be ready. These are jujubes. Here's some fruit on my pomegranate tree. But there's a flower also on the pomegranate tree. Check that beautiful flower out. And here is another tree that's fruiting or flowering for the first time. This is my star apple tree. This is a green star apple. No name, just green. I have some name varieties from Laura Farms, but this is starting to get some fruit on here for the first time. Well, I had 2 fruit last year, but there's a good amount more this year. On the top there's some more fruit. So I'm just showing you the stuff that's on its way. Flowers. That's exciting. We'll go over to Mango Land and show you Mango Land. All right, so this is the reason why I'm making this particular video. This is a white sapote tree. This one's called Redlands white sapote. I never had fruit on it before, but I was looking the other day and look at this. And I saw this, I'm like, I gotta make a video about this. I was just gonna make a video about white sapote, but some of my other trees were flowering, so I figured I'd make a video about what's flowering now. But look at that, that's fruit for the first time on my Redlands white sapote. And there's the flowers, I guess, or small fruits. And there you go. So there's not much on here. There's some more flowers up here. But I'm so thrilled. That tree is really finally taking off. So some of the mangoes, as I was saying, are flowering early this year. This one typically is an early tree anyway. This is Rosy Gold. And there's flowers here on this side. But if we come around this side, there's actually some fruit. Some rosy gold fruit. So that's exciting. So of my mango trees that are flowering right now, rosy gold is the leading one. And I know there are reports about other people having fruit that's flowering of different mango trees. Now we're going to come look at my apple banana. And I'm getting the first fruit on this tree. First stalk of bananas. That's apple banana, also known as Monsanto banana. All right, here's my ice cream mango tree. I only got 1 or 2 off of this last year. There's some flowers. My ice cream mango. This is my white Paris mango tree. I got some flowers on there. White Paris. Now, this one's interesting. This is my other white sapote that I moved from another property. And it hasn't been getting water in all fairness, but it hasn't fruited yet at all. And I got to keep an eye for those caterpillars because they love to eat the leaves of the white sapote tree. But we're hoping this year we'll get our first white sapote on this tree. I'm not sure of the variety. It was a transplant when I got it. I didn't know much about varieties of trees. But it's a good sized tree. And I think eventually it'll produce nice fruit. This jackfruit is called lemon gold jackfruit. And I just cut the top because it was so tall and the wind was pushing the tree over, so I just cut the top. But this has, for the first time, some male flowers on it. I'll see if there you go. For the first time, that's a male flower. I saw there were a few other flowers on here, so when the male flowers come, the female flowers aren't too far behind. So definitely looking forward to that. All right, everybody, here's another tree that's fruiting right now. This is a Sermon cherry, but this is a special black Sermon cherry from Zill's Tropical Plants. And there goes some flowers on that now. This is going to fruit real soon. See the flowers right there? The flowers, they look nice and fuzzy. All right, we're coming over to my neighbor's yard, and this is quite interesting. This is his jabacabo tree, a black saber jabacabo. Not only is it flowering, but it has a ton of fruit on it. And we've been eating this week. But the interesting thing is, he has another tree right next to it that's taller and bigger. Absolutely not one flower or fruit on this tree. And the interesting thing is this tree has had fruit pretty much every year the same time as that tree. But this year, the bigger tree got no fruit, and the smaller tree is loaded. Really interesting. Black Jabba the Kaba. And we're gonna go and look at his jackfruit tree now. All right, this is his Bangkok lemon jackfruit tree. And this jackfruit tree, I must have had 40 jackfruit on it last year. Absolutely amazing. And this year, it doesn't look like it's gonna disappoint either. This is probably one of the best tasting, hard, crunchy jackfruits. Loaded every year. I just planted one of these in my yard because I was so impressed with his tree. But every year it's loaded, and this year it's a lot of flowers. It's not disappointing. All right, everybody, so that is what is flowering right now in my yard and a couple of things in my neighbor's yard. And just loaded. We're gonna have a loaded summer with fruit. It's so exciting to see these flowers coming off the fruit, and I wanted to show it to you also. What trees of yours are flowering now and getting ready to flower? Let me know. And we have some fruit right now that we're gonna harvest. That's the winter fruit, and when I make another video, I'll put the link below that about what's in winter, what's in season right now. Put your comments and questions below, everybody. Thank you for watching and subscribing to this channel, and please share this with others and let them know about fruitful trees. Have a great day, everybody, and keep growing.